Welcome to CSN, the Network Podcast. This is your host, Kayvon Cutler, with my amazing co-host, Dree Nazario and Malik Hampton. How are y'all doing this evening?
I'm good, man. How's everybody today?
Y'all know me, blessed and highly favored. Blessed and highly favored. It's a great day to be here. Good day to pod. All of that, all of that. I'm a little tired, but we're gonna make it through. Out here in Dallas, I'm not at the beach. I wish I was at the beach, but I'm out here in Dallas for work. So long days, but I'm ready to get into it. How you feeling, brother?
Likewise, blessed and highly favored. Definitely doing better now that I'm talking to you two. Y'all see what I got on, man. You know what I'm saying? My boys picked up a big win against one of our biggest rivals. I can't stand them boys. Malik could tell you I wouldn't say their name for years. So I'm glad that we dominated the matchup, so the mental health is clear. It's good. And I'm ready, man. I'm happy, excited. So let's get to it, man. What you got for us, Drizzy?
We had a bunch of good games this week. Starting with the Bengals and the Ravens. Came down to the end. Super thriller. Um, But yeah, with the Bengals taking that loss, even though it was a good game, do we feel like the Bengals season is over now that they have a record of 4-6?
I
No,
don't think. Yeah, I was about to say I don't think so, Malik, because that one year they went to the bowl and they played y'all, they went on a run. You know what I'm saying, to end the season and of course in the playoffs. So, but it's now though, Drizzy. Like they can't afford. They maybe can afford to lose one more game, Malik, and maybe they could finish the season 10-7. I could see them squeaking in with that record because if you look at the conference standings, for the NFL. And my Niners, as if the playoffs started tomorrow, we wouldn't be in it right now. We have a record over 500. But if you look at the standings for the playoffs, y'all know, for our listeners that may not know, it's seven teams make it to the playoffs, and Cincinnati is ninth. So there's a couple teams above them that I'm sure they can jump. You know, Denver's seven right now, Malik, and they're 5-5. Indianapolis is in front of them at 8, and they're 4-6 as well. So they still got uh, ground to cover. They can still catch back up. So I don't think their season is over, but it's not much room for error though. They can only afford, like I said, one more loss, and then if they lose two more, Malik, they could kiss the season goodbye. And it's weird, Jamar Chase, he made a good point, for the statistical seasons that Jamar Chase is having and Joe Burrow is having, they're not really having the team success to go with it. So what you think though, League City?
I think everything you just said, bro.
Word.
I don't think it's over. They probably can only lose one more.
Cool, cool, cool. Speaking of more NFL excitement, I'm sure we all saw the clip where Debo Samuel kind of mushed the long snapper in their game against the Buccaneers, that 49ers Buccaneers matchup. Um, After the kicker missed 3 field goals, do we have a problem with that type of emotion?
I mean, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, D-Wall was wilding for sure. I think, you know. I mean, that does happen as far as you get mad at the kicker and stuff like that. But yeah, to mush him or whatever he was doing, you know, and then walking off, like he ain't even saying there like he wanted to smoke with the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he kind of mushed him and like kept going.
Debo had a wild 2 clips. Now, I ain't gonna lie. The other clip, I don't know if y'all seen that other clip, but he was looking a little different.
Oh, with the pregame fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know you say that, cuz hey yo,
Yeah,
y'all gotta chill with these fashion trends, man. Dang.
He was looking a little different.
Yeah.
And the
Hey,
joint had him walking funny too, because I'm sure it was tight. So I don't know if it was the tightness or if it was, you know, his lifestyle, but
Debo, you know I love you, bro. You one of my favorite players, but they said you look like a zesty blade, man. Like, good.
Right on.
Hey, no, I'm not gonna lie. You know, Malik and I, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? I say that to say because we both were hot headed when we were younger growing up. You know what I mean? So I know he has stories where he's had, his disputes with his teammates. So have I. You understand? But you never want to show up your teammate, on live television or for the world to see. You know what I'm saying? That's always something that we can address in the locker room or in private or in practice when we around just our brothers, just our team and coaches. And shout out to GK, man, my OG. Love you, boy. We just had a conversation and he kind of shifted my thinking on this, Malik, because originally, to give context, what happened was Jake Moody, our kicker, he missed 3 field goals. And right before he missed the last one, Debo may have had like a 40-yard gain to get us in field goal position. So, boom, Jake Moody missed the field goal. Debo, all he did was he went up to him and told him to lock in, which I have no problem with him saying that to him. Taylor Pepper stepped up, wanted to be big bro, defending him. And that's who Debo shoved. Now, that's my only issue now. If y'all would have asked me yesterday, I would have been like, I have no problem with it. But again, GK made a good point. Like, you can't be showing up your teammates. You can't be making our team look like we're disoriented and making our team look like a joke, like we fighting on the sidelines. Like that ain't cool. Malik made a good point too. Like, I could see if you stood there, you know what I mean, let it be known, like, bro, it ain't nothing. I just push you. So like you could think, so like, ain't nothing gonna happen. I ain't gonna do nothing to bro. I just want him to lock in. We really want to win this game. And emotions running high. This is a must-win game for us. So, I get both sides of it. And if you play football, especially at a high level, you know what I'm saying? Tempers are going to be flaring, running high. So I understand Debo's side of things for sure. But I just didn't like that he put his hands on one of our teammates, although it was just a push, you know what I'm saying? But, we want to show the youngins, it's not wavy to, lose your temper and start crashing out. That's definitely not conducive to anybody having continued success. Debo makes $24 million a year, Malik and Dre. So of course he gonna get a pass for that. I'm sure coach and him had a conversation, but we can't do our teammates like that, man. So that's my take on it. I wanted us to address it on the show because that was something you don't really see on TV with the professional athletes in the NFL. So
Nah, facts. I don't think it's cool at all that you you put your hands on your teammate during the game, like you said, you address those situations, or you could, be emotional and tell somebody, like you said, lock in, or like, come on, bro, maybe a little tap on the booty, but like a mush is disrespectful, regardless of what context you put it in.
yeah.
Like, I don't care if you're my teammate or not. Like, I remember one time I was trying to stop one of my teammates from fighting, and I just pushed her like on the shoulders. I'm like, watch out, like back up, go to the bed. And she got mad at that. Like, she like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was ready to turn up, like, because she felt like I pushed her too hard, but she was bigger than me, so I had to like really put some force
Yeah, you
into
had to put
her.
some muscle into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So she one of our big men. So I'm like, or women. So I had to put some force into it. So even like that little of a situation where I'm trying to break up a fight. So especially when emotions are flaring and tempers are running hot. I said that to say that, that was deemed disrespectful. So I can only imagine when you are being disrespectful, like, and plus you're a professional. So you should probably act like it. Um, and I guess that's leads me to our next question. What do you all consider going too far when addressing a teammate? I think for me it's just that, like, when it's deemed disrespectful, like when it's, you know, too much. I think there's nothing wrong with coaching up your teammates or expecting having high expectation, or even, holding them accountable. But when you start to mush and, even when you get the cussing disrespectfully. It's like, there's a difference between coaching somebody up and being disrespectful. And I feel like we all know what that difference is.
Nah, for sure. Especially if you're trying to interrogate the situation. Malik, again, I'm not trying to continue to just reference Malik, but again, that's somebody that can relate Drizzy because he knows how it is in the locker room. Like, no, sometimes we are going to talk a little crazy, but it got to be that boundary, you know what I'm saying, where we're not crossing that line to, like you said, Drizzy, where it's getting disrespectful now. You know what I'm saying? It's okay if we yelling, it's okay if we shouting. We may have a difference of opinions, but as long as we're not disrespecting each other to the point where now I have to put hands on you, that's what I consider too far to answer the question, though. You know what I mean? If you say something to where I feel like, because I'm the type person like, and I know it's pride a little bit and I'm still growing and maturing, but like I'm the type person like, man time, like if I feel like you did something and you need to be, handled, I gotta handle it. Like I'm not gonna stop thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna feel some type of way if we don't address that. So as long as it doesn't reach that point as far as, football teammates in the locker room where you feel like you want to do something physical to each other, feel like it's all fair game, like you said. Nothing wrong with constructive criticism or holding somebody accountable, like real talk. Like how I can talk to Malik, how I can talk to Loso, just to name a few. How I can talk to Drizzy. You know what I'm saying? It's different, right? And then the locker room, it be like that. How we can talk to each other is different than how I may be able to talk to the offensive lineman that I'm cool with, but I don't hang with. You dig what I'm saying? So that's all it is. As long as y'all don't reach that line of disrespect to where y'all about to come to blows, I feel like it's not too far having a heated conversation.
Facts, facts. You had anything to add, Lee City?
Nah, y'all really hit it for real. And just crossing
Um, but
disrespect.
yeah, yeah. And don't get it twisted, K. I mean, like it get heated in women's locker rooms too. I think we do well, I ain't gonna say we do a better job because everybody has tempers flare, and especially if you're passionate about something, like it's going, when you're trying to win and you're trying to breed a winning culture, like that's needed. It's needed to hold each other accountable to win. So you just gotta have that balance. But outside of that, what are some other key takeaways from this past weekend's games?
I mean, we already knew this, Lake City, but you know, the Lions is pretty consistent, man. The Lions look real good. They was able to beat a good Houston, Texas team on Sunday Night Football. I thought that was a big win for them. The Cowboys, I mean, I know we addressed this before, but it's a wrap for the Cowboys, and we're going to address that a little more later. Malik, the Chargers, although it was just the Titans, the Chargers, Malik, them being 6-3, that's crazy to me. You know what I mean? How he's continuing to stack the wins. I know I kind of got a gut feeling of what you may bring up, so I'm gonna leave, a couple on the table. But those were some of my biggest takeaways that I'd observed this past weekend. And of course, my Niners, that was an ugly win, but I like that we was able to have those mental blunders as far as special teams, have all those missed kicks where we left points on the board and we still were able to come out on top. Malik, to your point that you stated earlier in the season, man, I really respect Baker Mayfield. Like he didn't quit. He made a great play towards the end of the game to convert a key fourth down for them where he was stiff arming Nick Bosa and was being pushed being pushed to the sideline and still completed the pass. So he's a fighter, man, has showed great heart, show great grit, great leader. So those were some of my biggest takeaways from this past NFL weekend. What you got, League City?
Um, for me, probably just uh, it's up in the air. Who I think I who I think could win it. You know, I've made my pick, but I see everything's about matchups. And I see a lot of teams that can really beat each other if they get matched up. You know, and I mean it's any given Sunday anyway, but just from Russell Wilson actually giving the Steelers a chance now, like as far as being able to have some type of pulse, pass, and if it comes to that, it's even helped their running game actually. his passing. Um, and the defense is always going to, happen in the game. So, that's going to be a scary matchup for somebody. Um, I think the Lions, funny enough, I was having a conversation about the Lions before the game the other day, or the day before the game. And they were saying that they had the Lions winning the Super Bowl, and they ain't see no reason why they couldn't. I told them Jared Goff was going to be the reason why they couldn't, you know. And, they spit back out to me, Jared Goff's an MVP candidate. He's been playing good ball since he's been there and whatnot. And it's true, it's just something about Jared Goff. Like, when they don't got that run game going and he got to make, you know, what's the repetitive throws in man coverage, it can get shaky. He threw 5 picks the other day. They still won, but that's not going to happen in the playoffs. You're not going to throw 5 picks in the playoffs and expect to win. So uh, that, Caleb Williams doesn't look good. A lot of people hyped him and crowned him earlier, than they should have. And I'm not, taking a dump on Caleb Williams because I think he still got a chance to be, a stud in the league. But, that should let you know you got to lower expectations and not try to crown people, because a lot of people was talking about he was head and shoulders above, these rookie quarterbacks. And, I'm not the biggest Bo Nix fan at all, but even he looked better than Caleb Williams doing what he doing for his team, so that's some of the takeaways that I got. And, it's going to be a good playoffs. Can't wait to see who gets in, and yeah.
Hey, Malik, to your point, Bo Nix led the Broncos to 5 wins. He got them in a playoff picture right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's a great point you just brought up in reference to Caleb Williams. That's why I said, though, we're not going to write him off too early, because this was expected whenever you throw a rookie quarterback out there in the fire. And Lord knows, Bryce Young, that's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league. And we all know how he struggled his rookie year. So I'm sure he'll figure it out. But it's definitely, to your point, they try to crown him like he was the next Mahomes, man. That's why it's okay to pump your brakes. Relax. Let's see how it play out first before we begin the comparisons, man.
Who y'all got for CSN Player of the Week? I'm sure it's not Caleb Williams, but yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, Lee. I'm gonna give it to him even though they still lost, because I was locked into this game, man. I don't know why I didn't turn once Cincinnati went up 14 on the Ravens, but Jamar Chase was going crazy, bro. Bro had 11 catches, 264 receiving yards, and 3 tutties. If you had him in fantasy, you had a week for sure. So despite the loss, I'm gonna still give it to him because he went crazy.
I was doing the same thing. It's a
Bruh,
crazy stat line.
bruh, what in the world? That's
Bro,
a
it's obvious. Bro,
no
these
for
don't
sure.
have to be different. This is obvious stuff. I'm going with the obvious, man. Like, I'm going with who was the best player of the week. It was Jamar Chase. It's sad they didn't win. Lamar had a good game too, but Jamar Chase, like, 260 is crazy. 260 plus is crazy.
Crazy. I didn't think he was gonna go with Jamar Chase. That's why I chose him, because I knew they lost. But real quick, Malik, they did a big disservice because now you're gonna have to pay him more than Justin Jefferson. He leads the league in catches, receiving yards, and touchdowns right now. So y'all thought y'all had to pay him at the end of August. Wait till this season ends. So, but another candidate we can't also give it to is Lamar. You know what I'm saying? He went 25 of 33, 290 passing yards, 4 tutties. Lamar led them to that comeback victory. There was a point in the game. This is why, to give background, I know some people may look back on that Bengals Ravens game. Malik, why did they go for two? Let me tell y'all exactly why they went for two. Because Lamar and that offense scored 4 straight times. 4 straight times, 4 straight touchdown drives. They wasn't stopping them in overtime, regardless. So yeah, let's go for the win.
Unfortunate they didn't get it, but
Yeah.
you got to. They was cooking. Defense couldn't stop them, but
Word.
yeah, man, that's obvious. You was either giving it to Lamar or Jamar, so
Yeah.
it didn't
That's
matter.
Lamar and Jamar. That's crazy. Yeah, but yeah. That was a big win for the Steelers too, against the Commanders. I know that was controversial in reference to where the ball was spotted. But it's a big win for Pittsburgh.
Now it's time for our CSN overreaction hot takes. Sometime it happened on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, but nevertheless, these are our true false questions. So first on the docket, I got the Los Angeles Chargers will make the playoffs this year.
I think that's true. I think their schedule's solid enough for them to do it. I think Harbaugh, got them playing solid defense. They're gonna have to get a little bit more offensive production if they want to make noise in the playoffs. But I can see them making the playoffs for sure. I don't even think that's nothing crazy.
Yeah, it's not anything crazy, but I think that's false though. I don't think they'll make the playoffs though. Like for example, they about to play the Bengals, Malik. Still
They
got to
can
play
beat
the
the Bengals.
Yeah, they can. Still got to play the Ravens. They still got to play the Chiefs. Um, Still got to play the Buccaneers, which I just got done explaining now. That's a tough team, so I got them losing those 3 games personally. So we'll see.
They might win two of those. I can see them beating the Chiefs. It's a division game.
Yeah. Chiefs almost got clipped by the Broncos. They got the best luck, Malik. Goodness gracious, man.
Chiefs almost got clipped by multiple teams.
Word.
You know?
The Cowboys should tank, hire Deion Sanders, and draft Travis Hunter.
I mean, it sounds good. It's not gonna happen, you know. But yeah, I'll go true. But it's not gonna happen. It sounds
Yeah.
very.
It sounds too good, right? No, I seen that floating around on the net, Malik. I think that's true. They should I don't just with how Jerry Jones is though, Malik, I don't know if regardless of the fact if Dion played there, I don't know if that'll still mesh well though. With just how Jerry Jones carries it. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of like a micromanager and he wants to be the face. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I could see them potentially clashing. So
He want to win a Super Bowl. He wouldn't get in the way of that. But yeah, that is Jerry Jones. So for sure. I don't think he let Dion run the show like he wants to. But Dion don't want to coach in the NFL. He said it a bunch of times.
that's what he say, Malik. Oh, and I felt bad different.
It ain't though. It's not. You can get paid just the same in college, bro. Or
Coaching
more.
salaries
Yeah.
were well, I'm more so thinking about the amenities is the term I'm going to use when you coaching an NFL team though. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got to worry about recruiting
It it also comes at a higher price though. They're gonna move you up out of there way faster than they are
in college for
in
sure.
college. Yeah.
Got you, yeah.
College, he can be the new saving if he want to, man.
And already made major, progress in a program in just 2 years. So that buy you time.
If
And
anything,
NFL,
he just gonna go to a bigger school.
yeah, NFL, they don't really. It's a what have you done for me lately type of league. We were just talking about last year about them firing what's the Pittsburgh Steelers coach name? Can't
Mike
remember right
Tomlin.
now. Mike Tomlin, right? You know what I'm saying? So anyway. Next on the docket, the Eagles are currently the best team in the NFC.
Uh, nah, but they are playing well. I don't know who the best team in the NFC is. It's a lot of solid teams. I feel like. Detroit's probably still at the top, maybe, but I don't think it's the Eagles just yet. But they are playing good though. They are starting to gel a little bit better.
Yeah, they are. I still don't trust that cornerback they got, the Dijon kid, whatever, Cooper DeJohn, whatever. However, the Eagles do look real good. I still think Detroit is the number one team right now in the NFC. So I'm gonna say false, Drizzy.
Gotcha. In the NBA, with their undefeated start, the Cleveland Cavaliers are the best team in the Eastern Conference.
It's false. They are playing good, but I mean they're not better than Boston. If they had to
I feel like they've had a hot start for the last like 2 years, I feel. Since Donovan has been there, they start off pretty strong and then they end up falling off.
Yeah, this is one of their best starts in franchise history. I do like the young guys that they have. And we've mentioned that backcourt on the podcast before. I think Darius Garland is one of the most underrated guards in the league, Malik. But I'm gonna go false as well. I just when Boston has all their pieces on paper, it just looks so good. They got a lot of nice pieces.
Darius Garland cost me money first night. So I don't even really want to talk about him. Opening night, he sold me. Yeah, 7 points, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, that's
He been hooping though. He
yeah.
has,
He
but
does that. He
he
does that.
pissing me off, bro.
Yeah, he
Real.
does that. It is really weird because he does that. He'll have weeks where he's on fire, and then he'll have a couple games where you like, bruh, what you doing? Like last year specifically, I
Last
thought,
year he stunk it up.
yeah,
He stunk it up.
yeah. So
You're
he
saying
took
that's probably why he's underrated because he's inconsistent.
He
good point.
nice though. He do got the stuff to be nice. He just don't.
Yeah,
He
he
just inconsistent.
inconsistent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just depending
Yeah.
on.
And then lastly, I got the NBA Cup is one of the most pointless tournaments in sports.
True.
I think that's. I mean, I
I'm
think
gonna
it's
say fall.
false. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's false. I mean, it gives them a reason to be competitive. You know,
mid
draws
season or
money,
early in the season. Yeah,
more
and I
money
think
to the
that
league. You know,
yeah, I was gonna say I think that's consumer led because everybody they hear the complaints about us talking about NBA games not being competitive at the beginning or middle of the season, and this is how they mediate that.
the players get a bag too.
They get money for it. So
Yeah, I do think that's wavy, but the reason why I say it true is because like there isn't any long-term benefits from this tournament. Like if your team wins the All-Star game in baseball in Major League Baseball, there's a long-term positive effect from winning that game. And it's going to impact you in the World Series, right? I would I know that's tough to do. I don't quite want to throw that out there in reference to basketball because what you gonna say? Oh, if you win the NBA Cup, you get home court advantage. I don't think that necessarily should be the case. You know what I mean? But I'd like to see some type of perk stem from the NBA Cup outside of them just getting paid more. You know, but I do like that's a beautiful touch.
I don't like that in baseball though. How the All Star winner gets the home field advantage. That's
Oh,
stupid to me. No,
you don't like that,
I
Lee?
think that's always been stupid, bro. Don't
Word.
leave something up like that. Like we got the best record, but we don't get the home field advantage because the All Star team. And that don't make sense to me.
No, I'm with you. I see your point. Reason why I like it, brother, is just because it makes the All-Star game super competitive now, in my opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? So now we playing for something. We all playing for something. Like, so I see both sides of it. I always thought that was,
I think if anything, that's what they need to start addressing is that All-Star weekend. They need to do
oh
something,
yeah, it's
figure
whack.
something out.
That
That's a
game is
different
whack. Yeah,
that's
that
a
game is
different
whack.
conversation.
No, they
Yeah,
lose
that's a
money.
different yeah. That's a different conversation. But with that being said, we're gonna move on to college football. Okay, as you stated earlier, as we started the show, Alabama dominated LSU last weekend, winning 42 to 13. Give us some takeaways from that game or your biggest observations.
Man, Lake Dre, I would say we played a great game of complimentary football, man. We dominated in the trenches, which led to us being able to run the ball successfully. Shout out to our offensive coordinator, man, Nick Sheridan. He did a great job with the design of the run plays. I would say it was creative in the sense of how he was able to get our running backs matched up with linebackers. If you just sealing, boom, now Jalen got to either one-on-one matchup with a safety or he got a free lane to run to the end zone. So we punched them first, scoring on the first possession. And in the second quarter, Malik, I know being a football head, there was a point a little under 5 minutes in the second quarter where we was up 14-6. We punted them the ball and we was able to force a fumble. And then we were able to go up 21-6 after that. So that was big for the momentum. We was able to continue to put our foot on the gas after that point. So I just think it was just a dominant performance all across the board. I told y'all, for all the naysayers out there, all the people that know me personally, man, y'all know the vibes. LSU's only beaten us twice in the past decade. In the past decade. So y'all do the math. We played them yearly. Played them yearly. So this is nothing new. So, I wasn't overly hyped because, of course, champions act like they've been there before. And this is something I've seen countless times, but I am super excited because this was a big game, Malik. Must win for us. If we didn't win this game, we wouldn't have made it to the playoffs, regardless if we're in the SEC. 3-loss team is it'll be tough for a 3-loss team to make the playoffs, I would say, at this particular juncture, with it being new as far as the format. So great game, great win. We was able to stop the run defensively. We was able to really put pressure on him, which helped complement the back end, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, just a great overall win. Proud of him, man. Roll Tide till I die. Great win, man.
It was a great win, um, just based off of their records. It was kind of elimination game for, both teams if they both had lost, or if either one had lost, I didn't see that team making the playoffs. So kudos to Alabama. But this is why, I mean, all they did was take the Texas A&M game plan and just run it. They're just a little bit better equipped to run exactly what Texas A&M did. Texas A&M's quarterback had 3 rushing touchdowns on LSU the previous week. And maybe they lean into that more, Alabama, because, their running game hasn't been that good this year either. So, maybe they found something there, or maybe they found, a new identity possibly. We'll see. But also, this is why, Alabama and LSU is not a true rival. It's only a rivalry because Nick Saban coached at both schools. But I've never seen it as a rivalry. LSU has a couple good years here and there, you know what I'm saying? But Alabama's rivals are Tennessee and Auburn. LSU can be a third, but K puts so much emphasis on this rivalry, and it's not a rivalry. It's
He's
not.
still jaded. He jaded from when they
Yeah,
compete.
both schools just had the same coach, but it's not a rivalry at all. So I'm hoping we can put this to rest, because I don't think that LSU, they're not a bad team because I like their quarterback. I think he's an NFL caliber quarterback, but I don't think I don't think they got the team this year, personally. So I wouldn't be too hyped off of this win, is what I'm saying. Y'all still got way more work to do. I think LSU just has a really, really hard time stopping the quarterback run for whatever reason that may be. That's just kind of what it is. That's how I see it, though. Still a good win, though, because the season was on the line, blew an opponent out. So,
Yeah. Well, historically, Malik, because I did a report on this in college, but I knew this prior to. Tennessee, he is right. Tennessee is our number one rival, believe it or not, over Auburn, even though Auburn's an in-state rival. I would say he is right. That would be number two. And then three and four, three after that, I would say is LSU, then four would be Ole Miss. So these are our cigar games, so to speak.
Trust me, I know. I know this. I don't.
That's like getting to your third and fourth cousin. Them ain't cousins no more for real, you know?
You feel me? Like it's just a stretch, but I understand though because But I mean, to be honest with you, I don't understand why you hate them so much. You should hate Auburn more. If anything,
You
Auburn.
say that, but it's
Auburn's
touchy.
beat y'all more times. Auburn could beat y'all with the unranked team. We've seen it,
I've seen it.
a couple of
Yes.
times, like
Yeah. Yeah.
in the saving era. So like,
Then
I
that
don't understand
miracle
why
kick.
Auburn isn't that team for you. To be honest with you,
But because they normally trash. It's LSU. It's the fans. It's a combination of things, bro.
bro,
It's the fans.
LSU they struck lightning in the pan. Don't get me wrong. They put out. It's always a talented team. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, they pull out NFL prospects for sure. I'll give them that.
bruh, but from Saban winning in what was that, '03 or something like no. That was '07. I'm sorry. From Saban winning in like '06, '07.
With LSU, you talking about with LSU?
Yeah, when was that? Was that '03?
Ooh, no, we was kids. Yeah, that was like '03, fam. Remember he had
'03.
Jamarcus Russell and all them. That was way back. You feel
So
me?
'03, '03 or
Yeah,
'04. I can't remember the exact year, but since that and then the Joe Burrow year, bruh, LSU just struck lightning in the pan, bro. They're not.
regular. Yeah,
They're not. I mean, they're a good football program. Don't get me wrong, but they're not that rich in history.
yeah. I feel you. They did make it to the Natty, and we beat them. What was that? 2012.
Now
So
that was they had a gripe there. They should have won it that year. For y'all to get a
Is that
rematch in the
when
BC, they got a
is that when
rematch that year.
Tyron was there?
Yeah, Honey Badger. Yeah,
yeah, that was our freshman year, Drizzy. You and I's freshman year at the T.
they beat Alabama in the regular season. Then
Yeah,
they
they
let
did.
Alabama get a rematch with the
They,
BCS system.
Dree, they couldn't even cross the 50 on us. They crossed. Word to my mother's mother. They only crossed the 50 one time that game. I kid y'all not. The
But it
first game we
shouldn't have
lost, it was like
happened
9-6. To Malik's point, we lost to him the first game 9-6. But that's why it should have happened, Malik, because we should have won. We missed like 2 kicks. We should have won.
No, it shouldn't have happened. It
Did.
shouldn't have happened, man. I ain't like that. That had never happened before. They had never pulled no rematch like that in the BCS era
Yeah.
before. If you didn't win your conference championship,
You wasn't
you're
going
not
there.
going to the
Yeah.
national championship. That was not a thing. They did that. I know why they did it. It was for the ratings, bro. Like everybody knows how good that regular season game was. It's one of the best games, you know, of our lifetime, honestly. And it was a defensive game.
Yes.
But I ain't like it because I knew Alabama was going to beat them the second time. It's not like it was a high scoring game the first time. It's not like
Uh-uh.
LSU did anything offensively the first time. It was a
Yeah.
defensive game. So if somebody could put some offensive points on the board, they was going to win. So I ain't like that one. It's two instances I don't like. I don't like that, and I don't like when Duke beat Wisconsin in the national championship and whatever that year was, 2015 or something like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like the foul disparity in the second half. Coach K talked to the refs at halftime, and they caught it on national TV, and they came out, and Duke was in the double bonus. Duke was in the double bonus, bro, with like 10 minutes left to go in the game. Wisconsin had like one foul. Wisconsin had one team foul. Duke was in the double bonus, bro. And Wisconsin was the least foul team in the whole country that year. Had
Oh,
the
that's
least amount of
nasty.
fouls all year, bro. And they was up double digits at halftime, bro. They got nasty. I'm sorry I went off on a tangent, but
Nah,
that
you good.
those
Didn't
two
Wisconsin beat
instances
us
I
that
don't like.
year in the tourney?
Yep, they did actually. Yep.
Yeah, because that was that team with Sam Decker and all them. Yeah, I ain't even watched that game. I was sick.
That's a good Wisconsin team.
Yeah, it was. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it was.
Frank Kaminsky.
Yeah, they had all them boys.
Um, were you all surprised about Ole Miss beating Georgia? I feel like y'all both said there was a possibility they could win last week, but for the sake of the question.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more surprised than Malik, but I'm not too shocked. You know what I'm saying? But I remember cutting it on when I got home from work that day. Like, oh shoot, they about to clip these boys. You feel me? But it's not too surprising. Georgia, they've had a couple games this year where they could have got clipped. You know what I'm saying? So
I
it's
think I even said Georgia hasn't really looked that good
not as
this year.
dominant as they have been in the past 2 years. No. Uh-uh.
Um, Miami finally loses to Georgia Tech. Did you all see this coming, or was this a surprise? I feel like Malik kind of called this one too. Like,
Malik did, yeah, he did for sure. Uh, They could have lost to Virginia Tech though, Lee. And low key, they should have.
They
So
should have lost to Virginia Tech.
yeah. So they just been getting by with great offensive play. I know what you said about their defense last week. I still think they're a championship contending team.
Absolutely.
But
Matchups is everything.
yeah, but I don't know. That's a tough L though. We not saying that like they finally lost. Like we was hoping for them to lose. Like they've had so many close games where they could have easily lost and low key should have lost. It finally happened. You know what I mean? Cam Ward, some of the things that we love to see him do. You know, as far as him extending plays, and kind of came back to bite him, Malik. You know, want to always have ball security when you're trying to be out there extending plays, you know. And just some of the mistakes he made in that game is just like I said.
Bro,
Normally he
go ahead.
normally like, you know, I'm specifically talking about like him throwing it across his body back to the middle. Normally he has success doing that type of stuff, Malik. It's just this game they was clamping all that B.
I've been telling people all year, and I put more respect on Cam Ward's name because he has been the reason why they have been squeaking by in these games. Just him putting up numbers through the air. But bro, it's if you actually watching the games, man, like it's a lot you can do in college that you just not gonna get away with in the NFL. You know, and I know a lot of people are debating on who should be, the first quarterback taken and everything in this draft. Cam Ward's name gets thrown out there. And I promise you, I ain't just saying it to hate because I don't like Miami because I'm a Florida fan. Bro, some of the stuff he does, it's not going to translate, All that hanging back in the pocket, throwing back cross field, his arm's not even strong enough for that. That's not going to work in the league. But that has nothing to do with right now. They still are a contender. I think if they get the right matchup, they still could win a playoff game or two. So, their season they still can get everything they want from their season. But they have been squeaking by. And it's so crazy too, because I gotta give shout out to, I think it's Brent Key or Brett Key. I can't know it's Brent or Brett, head coach's name at Georgia Tech. I like how he coaches, man. He know how to coach in big games. He essentially has two top 10 wins this year. You know, and he's had a couple losses without his quarterback. Uh, also wanted to give a shout out to Jamal Haynes, the running back for Georgia Tech. Broke early on him, scored. I think he's an NFL caliber running back. I really, really, really like his game. Top 5 back in the nation for me for sure. But shout out to Georgia Tech. They did their thing, man. I knew it was possible. I didn't know if it was going to happen, but it was definitely possible. Just the way Miami's been playing.
And you was right the first time, Malik. His name is Brent Key.
Brent Chaos game.
Give me all the CSN player of the week for college.
Y'all know mine. It's easy. Jalen Milroe, 12 carries, 180 from the league.
Bruh, it'd be so obvious. Like, who am I supposed to pick, bro? I'm just supposed to go pick somebody to give it to him, bro. Like, I'm going off of who had the best week to me. There's this no brainer. It was Jalen Milroe. He almost had 200 on the ground. Come on, man. It's
Yeah.
Jalen Milroe. That's the player of the week for sure.
Yeah. For
For
sure.
sure.
Cool. We like quick and easy. Now it's time for our pick six segment. Lee, give me 3K. Give me three. What y'all got?
I'll go first. I got a mix up of college and NFL. I got to really start tracking these to see if I'm really doing good or not, because I just be throwing them out there to y'all and don't be tracking. But I got Tennessee plus 10 versus Georgia. I know Georgia needs a win, but Tennessee isn't a slouch of a ball club at all. I'm sure they'll be ready to play. So plus 10 Tennessee at Georgia. I'm taking the Chiefs plus 3 at the Bills. I don't care if the Bills do win. I'm not taking Kansas City as an underdog. I got to take that every time. And then the Texans minus 7.5 versus the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. I don't think the Cowboys will be able to do much of anything. So those are mine right there.
Again, I know you say stay away from these. But I'm gonna go.
Jags game, bro.
How'd you know?
Because that spread is outrageous. It's like 13.5, ain't it?
Yeah,
13.
minus 13. Yep. It's at 13. I'm taking it. Taking the Lions at minus 13. They at home too against Jacksonville. I'm taking that B.
Jacksonville almost clipped. Who they almost clipped? The Vikings?
I think it was. But that was like the week before last though. But yes, you are correct. Um, then next, I'm taking the Vikings minus 6 on the road against the Titans. I like that matchup for them. And then now I know this is a division game, but I'm gonna take the Packers on the road against Chicago against the Bears, man. I'm taking them at minus 6.5. Those are my three for the pick six segment. Another one, just to give y'all a bonus one, I'll do like LA over the New England Patriots at minus 5.
Now
So,
they played this week, bro. The Jags and Vikings played Sunday, bro. Knew it, 12-7.
oh, that was this past week.
Yeah, 12 to
Tommy,
7. They went out there and fought.
word. That's my fault, Dan.
You know, Mac Jones playing now. I'm not saying he played good, but I'm
Yeah,
just
nah. That's why I'm taking the spread though. I love you though, Mac. Roll Tide. You know I love you, boy. But yeah.
Any key games you looking forward to this weekend?
Shoot, division rival Malik. I'm definitely looking forward to my 49ers playing the Seahawks this upcoming week. That Commanders Eagles game gonna be fire, Malik. And that Ravens Steelers. That's it for me. Those are my three key games that I'm looking forward to that I'm gonna try to catch outside of my Niners.
yeah. Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs, Bills.
Fire. Yeah, Chiefs Bills gonna be fire.
And then I'm gonna tune into my Rams, Patriots, just because we need to win. That's just a personal one for me, but Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs, Bills, the top games of the weekend for sure. Y'all gonna beat Seattle. We know this.
I already know.
Cool. Moving on to college basketball. Um, Talk to me a little bit about some of your biggest observations from the Kansas UNC game, where you all almost, pulled off a huge upset and beat the number one team in the nation. I just watched them play Michigan State too. They definitely are beatable, but Go
For
ahead.
sure. Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, man, Malik, I like the fight we showed. You know what I'm saying? I was a little upset that we went down like that in the first half, but I love the game Seth Trimble had late. He was balling. I love the game RJ had, even though he was off from the field, but he still, got his normal average. In Jackson came up big for me. You know what I'm saying? I know I told you the first game against Elon, he didn't really get to show what he could do. This game, he was showing flashes of why he was one of the top guards in the nation coming in. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, I wish Withers wouldn't have took that three. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it, Malik. I wish he wouldn't have took that. But our bigs played well though. So last week we got on here and I voiced my concern for our front court. I no longer have that concern. Now it's more so just shot IQ. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked for us to get better looks towards the end of the game. I felt like Withers settled for that three, Malik. That's my only gripe. Felt like
Didn't Withers take a bad 3 versus Alabama last year?
he did. Yes, yes.
Yeah, man, he got to chill. He had a good game though. I wasn't
He
mad.
he did. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I get
We
it.
need him to knock down some shots. Yeah, my bad.
Nah, you good. I was done. Yeah, I was leaving, setting the table for you, brother.
No, I mean, it's kind of a team how I thought the team was going to be. We are perimeter oriented, but I like the three-headed monster we got out there, especially with Seth Trimble up in his game. You can tell he really worked on his game. You know,
Yes.
so he's going to be huge for us. Elliot Cadeau was off, but he still ran the team well.
I like how he facilitate Malik. I love
And so we got everything we need on the perimeter. We just need Washington and them boys to hold down the paint. Put backs. Hit open shots when they got them.
And Malik, I misspoke. That was Washington that missed the that last three.
Yeah, it was Washington. I don't even
Jalen
know why he
Washington.
took that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't either, bro. I have no idea.
I'm not sure why he took that. I'm not used to him taking threes. If he has taken them, I promise I'd be missing them. But yeah, I wasn't sure about that. My bad, Withers. You had a good game.
Yes, you did, brother. Yeah, my bad.
Um, I I like the team we got, man. I think, like I said, we can weather the storm, figure out, how to get the paint people, the post people to work with us. I think we'll be fine. And then Turney, hopefully we hit in the stride. Like I said, Turney, the guards can lead you. So I like just what we got out there with them three. Nate, they got experience too, even though Cadeau's a sophomore. I like what we got.
Yeah, me too. Shout out again, not to, be remotely redundant, but Seth Trimble, to bro's point, you can definitely tell you've been working on your game, man. You're gonna be a key piece for
He
us.
hitting shots, all that.
Yeah, man. Always thought he was a great defender, Malik. He's super athletic. He got to have more faith in his athleticism, though, Malik, because there be times where he'd go up against a big man, like try to shoot a layup, and he lets him alter the shot. I could tell he's not fully exploding. Like, bro, go ahead and bang on him then, bro. Don't be nervous like he gonna block your shot, bro. You are super athletic, like your brother. You just don't have the same height.
I was about to say he ain't as tall as his brother, so I mean he can jump. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if he can,
Poke on.
dunk on. I don't know if
Yeah,
he can dunk on some of them guys like without catching them the right way.
yeah,
If he
word.
could take off like a jaw or nothing like that. But I want to shout out to some of it's a lot of good freshmen, playing around in the country. I don't know what our topics is, but I wanted to shout out to some nice freshmen. Dylan Harper at Rutgers is serious. He might be the number one overall pick. He that tough. You what's his name? Todd Pettiford at Auburn.
Oh yeah, yeah,
22
cuz
off the rocks.
he cut.
He's serious. Like I said, Ian Jackson. I was surprised to see that from Ian Jackson. Like after seeing the first game, and him not being that,
Aggressive.
aggressive, he comes right in, fire one, I'm like, oh, okay, he was ready,
Yeah.
like he was ready for that stage, like he was thriving in that stage, so I like that, hopefully he can grow with the team as well. But yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to it's a bunch of good freshmen out there. It's a couple more I'm not naming off the top, but them two I wanted to name. Everybody be talking about Cooper Flag, and it's just this done deal. But
There's other freshmen, yeah. Malik, Dre, I want to ask y'all this real quick since we're on the topic of freshmen. Because Malik, I know you remember Dior Johnson and Mikey Williams. I was looking up their stats last night because I've been trying to catch their UCF games. Mikey hasn't played yet, and Dior is getting about 11, 12 minutes per game. Why do y'all think that is? That's the question I wanted to pose to y'all. Like, why do y'all think some of the highly scouted kids coming out of, classes in years past? Yeah, I know, Mikey got into his legal trouble. Same thing with Dior, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna speak on what Dior was doing, but man, he was wilding. Um, why y'all think that is? Especially with Dior, because Dior technically this would be like he's like technically like a
A
sophomore.
junior, right?
Yeah, I was just about to say,
'Cause
I'm,
he
I'm
went
trying
to he
trying
went
to
to
give
junior
grace.
college.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he went to JUCO, so he would technically be like a junior. I feel like because he was a class ahead of Bronny,
Yep.
so Bronny would technically be a sophomore this year.
Yep. Yeah, why y'all
Uh,
think they're not playing?
for me, I think it's kind of it goes into what we've been talking about this whole time. Like people, they're not like system kids. When you grow up and you that guy,
Mm,
all the and on every team, and you don't have to play in the system. You could dribble the ball, you could dribble the air out the ball, you could do whatever you want, you could cuss, you could fight, you could do whatever and still play and blah blah blah. It's different when you get to college because you got a team full of them guys. And it don't necessarily have to be the best player that's gonna play. It's gonna be the person who fits in the system the best that's gonna play. So in order for us to get wins, in order for us to be the best team, I'm gonna put the best system people in the game, not necessarily the best players in it.
got you.
yeah, they talented, but they off the court stuff kept them away from the game for a few years. You know, um, so they gonna be rusty off of that anyway. But then Drew hit it straight on the head. Like, they not really system players. So
Word.
they used to being star guys, so they might not, be able to fall into the system or play a role. You know what I'm saying? Like how it should be played because they might get outside of that just because that's just
Used
what
to
they
being that
know.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
And
know.
then you think about it on their scale too, like where you have to start them too, and then you get humbled by life and you gotta kind of figure it out. College is a humbling experience anyway, because like I said, you come from a situation where you that person, but you in a room full of them people. So that's humbling in itself, where you have to now share the limelight, share the ball, share the spotlight. But um, for life to kind of knock them down, I mean, you know, everybody is kind of responsible for their own choices and actions. But you think about, actually going from like I remember Mikey played my friend's high school and he had people asking him for autographs, taking pictures and stuff with him and all of that stuff. And then you go to people not even asking about you or like it's just like a where's Mikey type ordeal or even
Yeah.
for Dior too, you go to JUCO, you're an NBA prospect or you know what I'm saying, coming out of high school and then you would have to go to junior college and to me and I'm not judging them, but they don't look like Dior specifically doesn't he looks like he's into other things outside of basketball recreational thing, so that may be holding them back.
Heard you. What you got
But
next for us though, Drizzy? Yeah, I know.
yeah, just wanted to mention a couple of good games that we saw. over the weekend. Well, and it should be some good games coming up actually too. Um, NC State and South Carolina, they played on Sunday. South Carolina won. But it was a slow game, but it was a good game. I'm mad I missed it. It was in Charlotte, but I had to get on the plane to come here to Dallas. So that was good to see. We see LSU, they just whooped up on somebody like 117 to like 40. I think it was like Charleston Southern or something like that. That's crazy. On Friday, UConn and North Carolina play each other. UNC, they play each other. Um, so that's gonna be a great matchup, top 20, top 15 matchup. North Carolina's currently at number 14, UConn at number 2. Page looks good. Page looks real good. Um, like all of the stars look really good. And that's actually in Greensboro, so I want to catch that game, but I don't know if I'm
I
gonna
was
be
about to
able
say,
to
you know,
catch
you
it.
be busy, cuz you ain't gonna be.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch it and prepare for a housewarming, and I haven't been home at all, so I probably need to hang tight. But yeah, that's all I really got for women's college basketball. It's kind of, those games where it's a lot of money games going on right now, so not a lot of competition going on thus far. So, but I think that UNC UConn game is gonna be exciting. It's gonna be fun to watch. Moving on to the NBA. Klay Thompson is about to make his return tonight against the Warriors as they match up for the first time in the NBA Cup. One, who you have winning, and do you think this will be a big night for Klay?
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The Warriors look real good. They got one of the best records in the league as they're sitting atop the West right now, but it's still early. You know, Malik, and Dree, I don't really put too much appraisal into the stats and the record until after 20 games, after we're 20 games in. So we're just at the halfway point. But to answer your question, I got the Warriors winning tonight. It'll be a good game. And I don't have Clay having a big night, only because I feel like Clay gonna be pressing it, Lake and Dree. I feel like he gonna be pressing it, trying to have a big game. And because of that, I don't think he's gonna have a big game. So I got the Warriors winning that matchup. But yeah, what you think, League City? Hold on, real quick, because I wanted to see what the game is. Yeah, Anderson Golden State. Are they gonna do a tribute? Yeah, Lake King. He gonna be in there pressing, bro. I don't see it.
I got the Mavericks winning. I ain't really got too much faith in Clay going crazy or nothing. You know, but I do got the Mavericks winning.
Yeah, I think I don't know how's Clay been playing. I know he had like one good game, like maybe the first.
I mean, he's been shooting it decent, you know. I
Hmm.
mean, but he should be able to shoot it decent. I
Yeah,
don't think we ever gonna see the
the Clay
the
that we used
60,
to.
60 on 7 dribbles play no more.
Yeah. It's probably over for that.
To answer your question, Dre, he averages about 14 a game. Leak and Dre at
That's not bad.
13.8. His field goal percentage is 41%. His 3-point field goal percentage is 35%.
Oh,
So
that's pretty decent number. That's
Solid.
solid numbers right there.
yeah, I
Solid.
mean, yeah, he what the third option. So
Yeah, 35% from three is fine. I mean, nowadays, they might downplay it a little bit, but everybody can't be Steph
I
shooting
remember they
40.
used to, yeah, I remember they used to tell us back in the day, if you shot 30% from three, that was great. If you
yeah,
shot 30% from the
you're
three
right.
point,
Yep.
so 35, that's good. Who would you consider the top teams in the West to be, regardless of record?
I would say Warriors, Suns, OKC. Gotta say the Mavs, man. I hate to leave the T Wolves out of there, but I'm gonna just give four. My four. Those are my four, Malik. OKC, Warriors, Mavs, and the Suns.
Yeah, I'm gonna go OKC, Mavs, um, Suns. Suns are looking better. KD's playing really good. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't think the Warriors are better than the T Wolves, but they got a better record right now, so I'll put the Warriors there as well. I don't think they're better than T Wolves.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Those are my sentiments. Those are my sentiments exactly. That's all I got on the docket for y'all. League City, take it away with your 2-minute drill. I love y'all. Peace and blessings, family. I gotta slide. Um, but
Nah,
I'll
you
see y'all.
good.
Oh, I will be in West Virginia tomorrow. I got an audit, so I'm leaving from Dallas, and I'll be in West Virginia tomorrow night. So
Oh, bet. Well,
yeah.
I look forward to seeing you then.
All right, yeah.
All right, love you.
Later.
Love you, Drizzy.
Malik, it's the 2-minute warning.
Bro, this one gonna be quick. Um, but it's just something I want to talk about because I seen it, circulating. I don't know if it was a recent podcast or not, but Shaq, was talking about just how the game of basketball, how the product is bad right now, and the NBA ratings have been down, viewership has been down, and their Shaq was equating it to, just bad basketball play, and I'm gonna be just quite frank with him, man. I agree with it. I know we had a conversation a few weeks back how we was praising some of the younger dudes from taking a step and maturing their game. You know, so the league will possibly be in good hands. Once the big dogs slide out, and I still think that's true for some players. Um, even some more players emerging. That we didn't mention. But I think it's the way that they're teaching the game now, man. I think the league went too far with the 3-pointers, man. I don't want to. Don't quote me on this, but I seen something that said like they shot like 133s on opening night or something like that, like something crazy, bro. And I had to check it just to make sure that it was true. I think we need to go back to position basketball, bro. Like we in this four out, one in, or 5 out, pick and pop, uh, pick and pop, pick and roll. And if they ain't there, you know what I'm saying? Like sidestep, chuck up a three. We in that area. Everybody's running it though. I hear Jeff Teague talking about it. Like if you can't score over 100 points in this new NBA, like you sorry, like he was just saying like how easier it is to score and everything. And he's right, but I think it's watering down the product. I think people don't want to watch that, you know, every night, just because you can tell like it's not much going into it. You know what I'm saying? If the teams is on from the 3-point line, you're gonna have a good game. Other than that, you know, it could be a game that just isn't that entertaining, and that's just based off of how they run into plays, how they got it set up with the pace. I think we need to get back to, big men trying to control the paint, tweeners, having matchups, um, to try to slow down people, having different defensive schemes, boxing and one and stuff like that. Really trying to, have a chess match out there while still hooping. I feel like we grew up in probably the greatest era of basketball when it comes to that, and I would just love to see it get back to that, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I ain't taking nothing away from the talent these young dudes got at all, but it's just how they got it set up right now that I don't think it's a good product that everybody wants to watch, and that's really not how the game of basketball is taught. I mean, I don't know how exactly what they're teaching the young kids now, but little kids can't shoot threes, like that anyway, so it's still taught fundamentally inside out, but then as you get to the higher level, if you can't play away from the basket more, and that goes for every position on the court, you a liability, and that's just how they got it set up structure wise, bro. And I don't like it. You know, I don't think the league is going to necessarily suffer from it, but I'm speaking on this topic right here as far as ratings go, and viewership. I don't think it'll improve that drastically until you start, getting more competitive and getting different type of basketball being played. We used to
Different
be
type
able
of
to
style. Yeah.
exactly. We used to be able to identify teams by their styles, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like the Grizzlies, they used to be the grit and grind team. You knew they was going. You getting heavy Zebo, heavy
Yeah.
Gasol.
Yep.
That's something you got to figure out, bro. Like every team wasn't just we chucking up threes. You know, and that's kind of why I like Jokic a lot. The 2 minute warning is done. I'm just talking now, but that's kind of why I like Jokic a lot, bro. Like, because he's a 3 level player. You know what I'm saying? He if the matchup causes for Joker to punish you in the paint, that's what he gonna do. He always gonna get his assists. You know what I'm saying? But if the matchup causes for him for the offense to flow better, he needs to step out. That's what he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like we just got to get back to it just not being just a perimeter game, because that's not
Yeah.
how the game was meant to be played at all.
And to your point, Malik, about the youngins, take it from an administrator standpoint, a guy who runs a basketball league. I know kids that as soon as they get in the game, Malik, catch it, they walking where they chuck that three. All right, boom. Now next possession. Now I know I can't chuck the three or without dribbling. So now boom, one dribble. I'm gonna put all my might into it and I'm chucking. And this is third through fifth graders. You understand what I'm saying? That's not sustainable, A, nor is that conducive to you playing in the future. You get in the game and just chuck up threes, they're gonna pull you quick. That's not a high percentage shot, nor is it a smart shot. But that's what they see on TV, Malik, because that's what is on the most as far as like their availability. They're not watching the college hoops nor the women's basketball where they could pick up the fundamentals. They're watching the NBA games because they love Ja, they love Steph, right? They love,
And man,
Luka. Yeah,
that
Ant-Man.
man shooting like 10 threes a game now,
I
bro.
seen that, Malik. He wow, man.
That's because they didn't put it in his head. You hear what he said? Like F him, like,
Yeah,
that's what the coaches want me. That's what I'm doing. Like, that's what it is now. But the product don't look the same, bro. You know what I'm saying? It just don't look the same, bro. Like, not saying you can't take threes, but if that's the majority shot, that's not what we used to seeing from Ant-Man. Like, that's not
no
why people fell in love with Ant-Man's game. Not saying you can't grow your game at all, but for you to try to turn into this dude that chuck
3-point
up
shooter.
every
Yeah,
game, you know, that's it don't make much sense to me, bro. Why they just pushing it that way, bro? That's not how it's supposed to be played. Like I'm appreciating this college season a little more. You know what I'm saying? We always appreciate the tourney because you're gonna get real good basketball
good
there.
bump. Yeah,
You know, but just some of the early games that I've watched now, I'm about to tune into Kentucky Duke here in a second, bro. Like you just appreciate them having motion sets, running a set for the big man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Uh, it ain't just all trying to get open threes. It's you. That's what you learn. You know what I'm saying? That take you back. That's the real game right there. I know a lot of people say that product is trash, but that's just because they plastered that NBA style out there so much, man. Steph Curry really changed the game, you know. But everybody can't be Steph. Even that right there, that's unique. You know what I'm saying? That it was something new to the game, something somebody had to figure out. And Bron did figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it was something new. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody's trying to play like how the Warriors, the style the Warriors introduced, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know, man. It's watered down the product. That's why people they not about to pay them ridiculous league pass prices, bro. to tune into that
Watch all
every
y'all play the same, not word.
at all.
So, but yeah, man, that was Malik's 2 minute warning. Um, man, we covered all ends this particular week. Talk college hoop, men and women, NFL football, college football. As always, we appreciate the support. Please continue to like, subscribe, share, and view the content. We coming up on our 100th episode, so it's truly a blessing to finally make it to the triple digits. And yeah, man, just continue to subscribe, man. Share the content. Check us out, man. We out. It's Lake to God. I'm KVZ. We out, man. Peace and blessings.
Peace.